Earthquake has developed a new fuel tank and bracket assembly for the E43 powerheads. What we will be showing you today is a procedure for installing the replacement tank and bracket. First of all, you would want to drain all of the fuel from the tank on the unit. Then, at that point, we would remove both the fuel line and the primer line from the carburetor. Next, you would remove the transmission from the powerhead assembly. Now you would remove the gas tank overlay of the black plastic shrouding by removing the two hex head bolts on the bottom and the two Allen head bolts in the top. Okay, next we will be removing the two bolts that go through the bottom bracket in through the bottom casting of the motor. Be here and over here. Now we take out the top two bolts that are located here and here that go into the top casting. There is a spacer underneath each of these, underneath the bracket there, that you do need to be very careful of to not drop them or have them slide out and get into the motor assembly. So take the two bolts out. And guide this bracket off and hold the spacers as you come off. That's what the spacers look like. If you were to drop them, they could fall into this area of the motor onto the flywheel, and at that point you would have to disassemble the bottom part of the motor to get them out. You can now begin installing the new tank and bracket assembly. First, put the motor upside down. Take the tank and slide it into place. Then install the two bolts previously removed from the bottom of the bottom motor casting. Now we would install the two top bolts in through the plate on the gas tank and through the spacers, being careful again not to drop the spacers into the motor. To do this, you would put just slight backward pressure on the motor assembly, or on the gas tank assembly, and slide the spacer into place. Start the screw on the first one. And repeat the procedure on the other side. Next, we will be installing the fuel line and the primer line. The primer line has the black tape on it. The fuel line is the clear line without any tape on it. The fuel line goes to the barbed fitting on the carburetor, and the primer line goes to the smooth fitting on the carburetor. Okay, next we would reinstall the black plastic wrap over the gas tank. Slide it into place. Install the two upper screws. And the two hex head bolts in the bottom. The last thing you do would be to reinstall the transmission assembly to the bottom of the motor. For any more information on earthquake products, visit getearthquake.com.